you can create your own component. Like suppose say in FSC we will talk about live events, right? I want to see live events. Now live event I can see as a related list, right? In Salesforce you see that for all the related objects you have a related list, right? In related list you can see all the records. But if you need a better UI representation where user can quickly see all the live events, I mean better UI representation, you will create your own Lightning Web Component, right? So LWC is basically for UI customization, right? You want to replace something which is provided out of the box, or you want to create something new, right? Anything on the screen that you want to see, the UI component, right? It's created using Lightning Web Component. Previously I mean you had Visual Force, then Aura, and now it is LWC.
Yep.
And any part of component, right? What you see on the UI, any part. So basically using LWC you can very much create your own custom application, which you can do with say Angular or React. You can compare it with very much with Angular and React, right? They are also kind of a UI framework which is aligned to web standard. So LWC is also very much comparable with Angular or React. You can create completely custom application with custom application where you just use Salesforce as a backend layer. I mean you use the Salesforce data model, you use the Salesforce as a storage, and then create your own custom application using LWC, right? And people have done that. I mean we have seen application where completely custom application on Salesforce platform using this UI framework.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask a question, or do you want to move on?
Go ahead.
One more thing is like in our, we haven't even gone that far yet, but we are in the process of defining the the high level requirements. But I just wanted to ask you one question. Like let's say for example I want to do a custom app, and I want to have accounts, I want to have opportunities, and I want to have different let's say I want to have live events, I want to have, so it's basically I want to have multiple objects, okay, coming from various applications. Like from sales I want to take a few standard objects, from service I want to take a few standard objects, from financial services cloud I want to take something, let's say. So is it possible to basically customize like that? Because I know it is possible to customize sales and service like that, and then you can have your own custom objects and then create a whole thing. But is it possible to also bring some elements of the financial services cloud and then build your custom app? Is that also possible?
Yeah, see, for each of these clouds, right, what Salesforce gives you is data model, right? You get data model, I mean different objects, right? If you talk about sales cloud, you have object, service cloud, you have its own object, FSC, it has its own object, and plus you get your other things, background processes, Lightning Web Components, right? Visual Force pages, whatever it is. So when you say, I mean you want to build application using combination of things, you can always do that, right? I mean you want to use some objects from data model of sales cloud, some objects from data model of service cloud, some from FSC, you can do that. I mean you are free to develop in whatever way you want. Just that for licensing, what you need, I mean you need to have those licenses and you need to have those objects available to use.
Okay, great. I think so. I have to tell Salesforce that okay, I need all these 3 licenses. I want financial services cloud license. I need sales and service cloud license, so that I can pick and choose the objects from their data models, accordingly. So I need to basically ask for the 3 licenses then, right?
Correct.
So another thing.
See, again, licensing, as I said, I mean, they have a very flexible model on licensing. Like you can talk to them, you can negotiate with them. I mean, they can give you license which is suitable for your requirement, right? You may not need everything for say sales service cloud. You are just interested in few objects, or say FSC, you are interested in just few objects. I mean, they can customize a license for you.
And the other thing is, so let's say when we do development, like we need sandboxes, correct? I mean, so in the sandbox environment, I need, let's say, some some developer copies. I need some partial copies, full copies, whatever. So in this kind of a situation, because the licensing model basically at the production level is basically like one user per month. Okay, like whatever licensing fee it is, like $150 or whatever. So it is going to be one user per month. So if I so they are going to, if I take a $150 like per user per month license, they're also going to give me some sandboxes. How many users can use sandboxes?
That is again will depend on the license, right? What you get. I mean, see, for sandboxes again, you can I mean how many users you would require, right? So I mean, again, that you can, check with them on the cost, but I mean, they give you license based on your all these requirements, right? How many you need for sandboxes, and how many you need for production, all that. But I mean, even for sandbox, you need license, right? I mean, you cannot use it for free.
Correct, correct, absolutely. Yeah, that's why I was asking this question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you,
So
sir. Thank you.
licensing, as I said, I mean, see, for each product that you see, they have a license, and cost is basically, again, depends on how many users and all those things, and they can customize for you. I mean, that's what I know. I mean, suppose, say, I have seen where, say, FSC also, I mean, if somebody required, say, only some basic objects to access or some basic feature, I mean, you can talk to them, and they can basically you can negotiate on the price, right? So I think those
Right,
things they are flexible, I guess, on those front.
right, right.
Okay. So what we have talked about is as a platform, right? What they offer you is a programming language and UI framework, which very much you can customize and build your own application. And then they provide you sales, service, communities, marketing, CPQ, field service, Tableau, all those things, right? And in the space of analytics and reporting, again, current product that they have is called as Tableau CRM, right? And there is again history of acquisition and rebranding of this product, right? I mean, they started way back in sometimes around 2012, 13. They started acquiring some products, and then they launched, their first product was web analytics. They launched it,
But
I think, 2000.
okay, sorry to interrupt. I mean, please. I wanted to Encino. Is there a Encino has been built on the Salesforce platform? That's what I understand. But Encino is a different company, right? Encino is why
Yeah,
is it
that's
saying?
yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming to that. So what I was talking in the analytics space, you will hear Tableau CRM, right? So Tableau, if I talk about their how they have evolved Tableau, they started with web analytics, right? Then they came up with Einstein Analytics somewhere around 2017, 18, and then they acquired Tableau, right? They acquired Tableau in 2019, and what they did basically is they brought kind of best of Tableau and best of Einstein. Einstein had a good analytics capability for Salesforce platform, right? Einstein Discovery, and then Tableau has very strong on the reporting and visualization part, right? So what they have done is basically they have brought together kind of best of Tableau and best of Einstein, and what you and basically they rebranded it again to Tableau CRM. So today you see on the product from Salesforce for reporting and analytics is Tableau CRM. Okay. Then on the integration side, they acquired MuleSoft in 2018, right? And today they are basically very much promoting MuleSoft for integration or as a middle layer, right?
Yeah,
So other than that, the recent acquisition Slack, right? So in 2021, they acquired Slack, and Slack is basically we know, right? It's basically for collaboration, and what how it works for Salesforce is basically a lot of things can be done through collaboration, right? Creating some cases or creating some leads, very much they are integrating to the Slack, right? So and then you will see app exchange, right? So app exchange, there is a lot of pre-built application which are built by different vendors, right? There are a lot of ISVs, right? So these are all ISVs are different companies, right? So that's what you are talking about. There are different companies who are basically developing application on Salesforce platform, right? So I have just listed here some very successful ones that you will hear, right? Velocity was one of the very successful ISV, I mean, on Salesforce platform, right? So they
what is
basically
ISV? What is full form of ISV?
uh, mm, independent service vendor, right? Just Google it, Salesforce ISV.
Yeah, okay. I know about Encino, but I don't know about Velocity and Viva. What is Velocity? I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So Velocity is was basically Velocity has had a product bundle which they built on Salesforce platform. Now, what Velocity focused was more on industry, right? They had solution for a lot of industry. They had some 6 7 different products, but they were more successful on telecom domain, and also little bit on they had some clients on insurance, on health, right? And they also have government cloud and other thing. But what I know that they were more successful. I mean, there's 50 60% of revenue came from telecom domain, right?